Shit. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Yeah. So sorry for running a little late. As per usual, I'm always doing shit at the last possible minute. I looked at my sink and I go, "Oh shit, dishes." At fucking 8:50, I said, "Oh, I got dishes to wash," and I washed dishes at the last possible minute because after I'm done with this, I don't want to do anything. Right? I just want to be able to relax, watch a little TV, and that's pretty much it. So, excuse me. So anyway, guys, thank you for the 5x5, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's funny. I keep looking over to the iPad, and I have the chat with this app that I use. It's called Ecamm Live, and I use this app, but for some reason, I guess out of habit, I look over to the I don't know. It's weird. So maybe I should just put it here. Yeah, let's see. That should be fine. Anyway, all right, guys. So tonight's subject, we're going to talk about. Well, I want to talk about the live stream I'm going to do Thursday night. So Thursday night, I'm going to do the Ohio River problem. We're going to talk about Thursday night. We're going to talk about the whole breakdown of the Ohio River Basin. That video might run a little longer than an hour, but I plan that for Thursday night. So for those that are interested in the breakdown of the entire Ohio River Basin, which holy shit, man, that's a lot of it's a lot of reach this river has, and then it has something called basins. Sorry, that expand even further. So anyway, that's Thursday night. Tonight we're going to talk about a Black Swan event or a false flag event, and we're also going to talk about sabotage. Right, this is something we might be seeing right now. With everything going on. Sorry. And this is why I look at the chat, because this chat here sucks. Anyway, so guys, clearly we got a lot of shit going on, right? We have so many things going on. I don't even know where to start. It's the Black Swan event that I mention or I speak of is a curveball, right? It's anything that can happen that's out of the ordinary and really big. And the only thing I can think of as a Black Swan event, besides and it's something that's unforeseen, right? So clearly, guys, we all have our eyes on what's going on. So we're wargaming the 1 million situations that can happen, right? We had Russia, for example, mention that they're pulling out of the START treaty, which some people are alarmed about. And again, I'm just like, whatever, dude. He's gonna keep talking shit until he can't. The United States in itself is also talking shit to him when Kamala Harris, which I don't understand why they let that lady talk. I don't understand why they let Kamala Harris, state what she stated about the United States, or rather Russia, charging Russia, with crimes of humanity. Not for nothing. There's no one in this administration that you want to have talk publicly and to the world. That being said, Kamala Harris is the last on that list. There are so many other people that could have had state that. But anyway, so we have Russia and United States in a pissing contest as we speak. It's just it's insane with the amount of bullshit that we're just watching. It's so much. I don't even know where to go at this point. But as far as a Black Swan event goes, guys, could we be seeing something out of the ordinary or out of realm? Yeah, absolutely. For example, all of this business that's going on in space, and I am not talking about UFOs. UFOs I'm not talking about. I'm talking about unpredictable shit, right? And that's like the sun acting up. Though people will say it's predictable in its nature of the cycle that it's on, it's still unpredictable in the sense that tomorrow or a day from now, the biggest CME we've ever seen, coronal mass injection, shoots out from the sun and fries one part of the planet, right? And though we wouldn't expect that, we can see it coming, and we would be able to brace for it, right? But then you have the asteroids that are seemingly hitting the planet, and not like in Armageddon when the first opening scene of Armageddon, the asteroids hit, and Billy Bob Thornton's like, he says, I want to know if this is it or is there something else coming or something worse to come. And every time I see an asteroid, and we've had numerous asteroids hit us in the last 5 years now, I'm wondering there's something else out there that's headed this way that's bigger. Now, obviously, gloom and doom. You can always sit there and say, hey man, there's something bigger out there that's headed this way, and maybe they'll tell us, maybe they won't. And if there is something bigger, I just hope it's the size of a fucking building. I mean, because anything bigger than that would fucking decimate the planet, you know. And even if it hits the ocean, it'll decimate a lot of the coastal areas. But nonetheless, I don't want anything that's going to scorch the planet, because then we're all toast, right? For the most part, unless you have an underground bunker. Then even then, an underground bunker is only going to last you so long. Then you come topside, then what? What do you do, right? So, again, Black Swan event, guys. It's just, and if that will change everything, right? So it's a paradigm shift once a Black Swan event occurs. It's something that we didn't see coming. Some people will say they didn't see the Mr. 19 event coming, and other people will say, well, we saw that coming from a long way. So sorry. Anyway, with that, guys, we're also going to talk about false flags. Now, before we get to false flags, I know a lot of people on here are going to say everything's a false flag. Brian, yes, the stock market would have dropped 700 points, if not more, after Putin made his announcement, right? And he made that announcement, I guess, 4 o'clock in the morning. Our time, 4 o'clock in the morning, our time, whatever time it was over there. And of course, the stock market was going to take a hit, right? Anytime these politicians talk and people get scared, and listen, guys, we don't get scared, right? I'm going on a limb to say most of us don't get scared. And I'm going on a limb to say that, this shit that Putin's talking, it's just that. It's shit. Now, is something eventually going to happen? Yes. But I think it won't be for a while. I don't think it's going to be anything immediate. I think we're going to see other things happen. For example, this Mossberg shit. So I'm following it. It's again popped up in Africa. I think it's called Equatorial Guinea, right? If I said that right. And they had an outbreak over there, and I think 9 people died, maybe 12 now, passed away from Mossberg. And with that, guys, in the same article, they're working on an arm ticket for the Mossberg. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What in the actual fuck? Seriously, like, we went through what we went through with Mr. 19's arm ticket and saw that didn't really work. Now you're gonna sit there and tell us that they're quickly testing. Sorry, they're quickly testing the Mossberg arm ticket. Again, guys, I don't know. I don't know where to go with that. Because the way shit is looking with everything, it just seems like it's all imploding. Barbara, yes, Marburg has a 90% death rate, but, well, no, there is no but. It has a 90% death rate. As far as the shot goes, man, who the fuck knows? Like, that's it. Listen, I don't care what kind of outbreak Marsburg turns into. I'm not taking the arm ticket. I'm just not. I will take my chances. Because I don't know if this thing will be potent enough to do something long lasting in the body, or damage me long term, rather, right? Yes, live your life. The last one didn't work, and so they're rushing to test this one. And who the fuck are they going to test it on? I mean, seriously, you know, I have no clue where they're going to test that. And I mean, we know where they're going to test it. They're going to test it on some small African village, like they did before, and probably wipe out 90% of the village. Listen, guys, suffice it to say, there are some things you cannot arm ticket your way out of. You just can't. Steven YouTubing. No, I do not buy precious metals. You can't create a shot for everything. You just can't, guys. These people seem to think so. They seem to think so. They seem to think that science is going to prevent everything. It just isn't the fact, man. This isn't Star Trek. We don't have that kind of technology, and even if we did, I'm pretty sure even in Star Trek's terms, there were things they couldn't get away with, or weren't able to cure, right? So, I don't know, man. Like I said, if they do, if the Mossberg became a pandemic and we were, again, shut down and closed in and all this other crazy bullshit, I still wouldn't take that shot. Not at all. I just wouldn't, you know. Yeah, roaming prepper. I would rather take tequila shots before that, right? But yeah, I wouldn't venture into that crap. Um, Bobo World says Putin gave a great, honest speech. There's nothing honest about that speech, Bobo World, and that's the crazy thing for people like Bobo World who believe everything Putin says. That's like believing everything Potato Head says, right? Everything that Biden says, if you believe everything he says, then you're an idiot. If you believe everything Putin says, you're an idiot. You can't be. We can't be it. Well, no. There are idiots out there, unfortunately, guys. And idiots will believe politicians, especially when they're scared. When people are scared, they'll believe a politician. I had somebody. The EPA said that the water was safe to shower in. Fucking really? The water situation. I'm going to get into the water situation in Ohio on Thursday, but the water situation is seemingly going to be bad for a long fucking time. And when you get scared, you turn and you rely on idiots, politicians, and you can't trust any of them. Somebody says I trust Zelensky. Yeah, I trust Zelensky as much as I trust fucking, I don't know, Rosie O'Donnell. But I don't trust anybody. I don't trust any of these politicians, guys. It's just what it is. And the crazy shit is that people actually believe Putin. Because listen, Putin does point out the obvious. He does. He points out the obvious about this country. We understand that. We get it. And that's how he suckers people. He suckers people. He goes, listen, I'm going to point out the obvious, and I'm going to get some Americans on my side. And he's done it. That is a not a classic, but no, it is a classic, it's a classic technique, guys, where you and brainwashing people. Jim Jones did this shit. People who started cults did the same shit. They will point out the obvious about this country, right? Like Koresh, right? They'll point out the obvious, and people go, "Yeah, man, that's right. He's right. That guy had something going on." And then they follow him into the fucking the afterlife, which a lot of these people have done, right? The space guy that says the mothership is coming, and they all wore Nikes or Reeboks or whatever it is, Adidas, and they were white. Those people, same shit. Anytime you click with people, you can get them to follow you to the promised land. It's a fucking old tactic, and Putin uses it against the American people. And then we have idiots that believe Putin. Yeah, and listen, I don't think we're gonna see a full blown world war. I just don't. I don't see people saying, "Holy shit, they bombed the Ukraine. We gotta go after it too." No, I don't see. I see a limited use. I don't see a full blown nuclear war. Again, I think even with Putin, who's a psych patient himself, I even think he'll pull that back. He'll be like, all right, guys, this is a little much. We're not going to fucking nuke the world and then we have nothing to save. You know? I don't know. The other side of that coin is, I don't care. I mean, if he does, nuke it, we'll be okay. Some of us will be okay. Not all of us, but some of us will be okay. I would hope to die in either the blast or of old age, but not in between. I don't want to die in the in between. The in between is like you survive the blast, but you get radiated enough to die of cancer down the line. I'm out on that. So either old age or the blast. That's where I want to live. I don't want to die in the middle because the middle sucks. Or even worse, like, so this is the bomb going off. This is old age. If you die closer to the bomb, meaning you get scorched, but you don't die immediately because you're burnt, but you're still in pain and you're dying slowly from that. I'm out on that bullshit too. So I want to be on like immediate death or the realm of dying of old age. You know, that's where I want to live. But I know a lot of people, just hope this doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't. But the other side of me is like I don't have the capacity to give a fuck anymore. It's either it's going to happen or it's not. That's where we are. We can't sit here and keep getting scared and keep hanging on Putin's every word. Did you hear what Putin said? He's pulling out of the START treaty. Oh God, like who cares? Who gives a fuck? Seriously, fuck that dude. Fuck him and his missiles. China is even pulling away. Well, supposedly China was going to back Russia, and now they're pulling back, according to a retired general who was wrapped in this bullshit. Online subscriber, that's the other one. I don't want to die as a zombie either. I'd rather not, even though if you get bit and you die and your body's walking around, that's cool. They see me walking around on the fucking road there. I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Nancy sent an email. All right, I will check the email. Adriana, I haven't forgot about you. I checked the email, but I didn't respond. I do apologize for that. I'm trying to be better with these emails, man, but holy shit. You guys got to see what's going on with my emails. It's whatever. Bro, so you're drinking the New World Order Kool-Aid. Who's drinking the New World Order Kool-Aid? That sounds like a tasty drink for idiots to drink. Because no, again, if you, and that's the other thing, if you don't side with Putin, you're for New World Order. Apparently, that's the other extreme of the bullshit. So later tonight, guys, on the Angry Truth channel, we're going to talk about, does society even know what it wants? Because of shit like that, if you don't agree with them, you're on the opposite end of whatever it is, right? And people like Bakari, if I'm sorry if I fucked your name up, because I disagree with Putin, apparently I'm a Kool-Aid drinker, New World Order Kool-Aid drinker. No, Putin wants his own New World Order, by the way. But in case you haven't fucking woken up to that fact, let me enlighten you. He wants to be in charge of his New World Order. So does fucking China. They want their own. Thank you, Mario, for the donation. Up to a 400-mile radius. Wow. So Mario says that the soil tests positive for chemicals up to a 400-mile radius. That's fucking crazy. Everyone's water and gardens are polluted. I wouldn't be surprised. Dark Doodoo, but I can't. I'm never gonna say that name again. But yeah, he's not a troll. He's just breaking my chops, I guess. But it's insane, guys. Like if you didn't vote for Trump, you're liberal. If you voted for Biden, you're an asshole. It's like it's one or the other. There's no middle line. Oh, you don't like Trump? You must be a liberal. I'm like, why the fuck do I got to be a liberal now? So now I'm a Kool-Aid drinker because I fucking said fuck Putin. I hope Putin gets ass cancer. How about that? I'll raise the stakes. Hope Putin gets ass cancer. Anyway, with that, guys, we as a society, we're just all over the place. And being that we're all over the place, that's part of the Angry Truth, what you call tonight. What are we going to do and how we're going to stop this madness? Because it's a madness that's everywhere. It's not even like they're pitting us against one another. It's even happening within the elite's own rank and file, guys. They're fucking breaking apart because of this kind of shit, right? So then what do? Right? So we'll talk about that a little later tonight in the Angry Truth channel. Yeah, and listen, guys. Every time I say fuck Putin, I get a thumbs down. So maybe I'll fucking try to get it in 50 more times. Listen, guys, the Ohio River shit, that's bad fucking news. Like, and the crazy shit is, like I said, the one chemical that's a forever chemical, it's in the water. Like, there's not enough washing this shit away. And people are like, well, if you do this, it'll lessen the chemicals. And then what? So instead of dying of cancer in 8 years, you die in 16? Like, and I know some people are going to say, they're going to like, well, you got to drink water. Then you got to go bottled water for now until something gives. I don't know. I don't know what that would be, but something has to give. And yes, bottled water, you have to be careful of the bottled water you drink. You can't just fucking go and drink any Tom, Dick, and Harry bottled water. But, Double D Homestead, thank you for the donation. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Plain Prepper, I need to get some merch going. I have some shit going. Listen, guys, I told you before, I have shirts. I have a book. I push neither. Why? Because I suck at this shit. I just suck at, hey guys, come buy my shirts. There's so many other things to talk about that are more important than merch and I'm not like breaking your balls, Plain Prepper. I appreciate it, but again, I do have a store. I don't push it. I don't know why. I just suck at it, man. It's not even that I suck at it. I want people to have merch if they want it, but I also, like I said, have way more shit to talk about. So if people remind me, I'll bring it up. But other than that, I can barely remember to fucking buy to mention my shirts and books and shit like that. Marlon, yeah, I'm not in the sales, I guess. Yeah, listen, I'm not a sales guy. I feel fucking stupid. That's all. That's all I am. Oh, okay, so somebody just brought up a good point. Real quick before I get back to the topic, because I do want to talk about false flags and sabotage real quick. But somebody just said I got mad at you for dissing Canadian Prepper, but you know what? I appreciate the fuck out of you, actually. DJ, thank you for that. But here's the thing, guys. This is going to sound like a fucking asshole comment. I am an asshole, so I am going to embrace it. But you should not put your emotions into preppers like myself, CP, Urban Prepper, Alexandra the Great, Northern Girl Hobby, Hudson Valley Survival. You shouldn't put your emotions into us. We are people and we just do and say dumb shit on occasion. I think I'd say it more than others. Nonetheless, guys, putting your emotions into people, I think, is bad. Now, if you know the person on a personal level or semi-personal level, I get it. That I understand. But as far as a personality goes, like myself or an actor, do we really deserve that kind of attention? No. Again, we're here to inform and entertain, right? I try to do both. I try to inform and entertain. But I don't think we deserve that kind of, people like, you diss Canadian Prepper, I hope you die of fucking throat cancer. Okay. Why? Like, that's my bone to pick with him is my bone to pick, and it's not for me to sit there and tell you guys don't follow him. I have heard other prepper channels do that shit before, and I can't fucking stand it. I'm like, if I don't like a certain prepper, that's on me. That is not for you guys to sit there and go, you know what? The AP doesn't like him. We should follow him. Don't do that shit. Don't do it. If you guys still like Canadian Prepper, still like him. I'm not saying don't like him. I'm not saying don't like any of the people unless they're fucked up individuals. But CP is not a fucked up individual. He just goes about shit wrong. That's all. In my opinion, he goes about it wrong. Sorry, but that is not for me to say don't follow him. Follow him. Watch his fucking channels. Listen, I hope the guy hits 1 million. He's about to hit 1 million fucking subscribers. I hope he does. He'll be, I think, the first prepper to hit 1 million. I think. I don't follow all of them. Maybe there are others out there, but I hope the guy fucking. I hope he hits the 1 million, man. It'll be good for him. That'll be good for him and good for his channel. He'll make more money and he'll fucking scam more people. But whatever, that's his thing, and I hope he makes the what you call it. I hope he makes that 1 million. And now I guess there are other channels that are out there that are 1 million. Like what the fuck's like Survival Lily, but she's not a prepper channel. I think she's trying to be a prepper channel now. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck she's trying to do. I know that she was on Naked and Afraid. Someone was like, "Oh, Survival Lily's on Naked and Afraid." I'm like, dude, there's only one reason why fucking dudes are gonna watch that. Naked and Afraid, I think it's a scam. It's a scam of a show. Someone said, Jason, you're a sensitive man. Okay. I guess I can be. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, being that she was on it, I'm like, listen, I saw some bullshit on Naked and Afraid. I watched the show a couple times and I called bullshit on it. I can't. So, it's an equivalent of, like, Alone had some bullshit editing. You can, if you watch Alone long enough, you can see the editing. Like, you'll see how one scene the guy looks emaciated, but then when they go back in his emaciated state, and he goes, well, by the way, I did see something over here, but then he doesn't look emaciated anymore. It's like it's bad editing, Alone, Naked and Afraid did that. They had a chick who couldn't start a fire to save her life. She couldn't get it started. The next scene, there it was, roaring next to her. I was like, what the fuck? Seriously? Yeah, listen, I don't subscribe to Survival Lily anymore. Ever since she pulled the I don't speak any English bullshit with me, I was like, all right, lady, you could have just told me, I'm not your cup of tea and moved on. But instead, you whatever. So yeah, I don't subscribe to her anymore. But when someone told me she was on Naked and Afraid, I'm like, I don't care. I'm not watching it. I don't like the show. It's not anything against her. I just don't like the show. I think the show's full of shit. And who was the guy that was the true survivalist? The guy that was lugging around the cameras and shit. That was a good dude. That was a good channel. What the fuck was the name of the guy? Les Stroud, I think it was. Yes, Les Stroud. He was like, in my opinion, he was fucking like one of the best survivalists out there. The guy was lugging the guy was lugging camera gear around and fucking setting it up and going, guys, this is what I'm doing to survive. And I'm like, so then I thought about it. Yo, he has to fucking lug this shit around, do survival. That's a lot of work. Trying to survive on your own, guys, is a lot of work. Now you're lugging this shit around. That's fucking a lot, man. Yes, he was the real deal. He's not on anymore, right? I take it. I guess he's not. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. Like when I started getting into like wilderness training and shit like that, I was watching his channel all the time. Cody was another guy I was watching a lot. I was trying to watch all these channels. I'm like, yo, I don't want to die in the woods, Yeah, and then you go to the woods, guys, and it isn't that hard. And it's not so much knowledge as it is don't fuck up and don't die. The two rules in the wilderness: don't fuck up and don't die, and you'll be okay. Bear Grylls show was BS. Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't really watch his show. I wasn't impressed with him. And he was always fucking clean for some reason. Motherfucker's out in the woods for like days, and he's like, I'm still clean. No, thank you. I don't know. Annie, can anybody answer that question for Annie? What happened to Ice Age Farmer? I don't know what happened to him. The guy fucking dropped off the face of this planet. I mean, he was nailing it with these videos, and then he just disappeared. Alone in the Wilderness. Rorkin Robbins. I might have watched it, but I'll check it out. Been watching everything. There was a good survival movie with Ellen Page. That's right, Ellen Page, not Elliot Page. And it was her and her sister, and they were in the woods. That was a good movie. Can't remember the name right now, but that was a good. That was a good survival movie too. Especially when the I'm not going to give anything away, but if anybody names it on here, Into the Forest, Scrapper. I think that was it. Into the Forest. You know what? Let's double check. That sounds familiar, but it sounds off. Into the Mickey said Into the Forest as well. All right, yeah, Into the Forest. That's a really good movie. That I mean, it was like a well thought out, like survival, end of the world kind of movie, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, but it was a good movie. But that's a good movie that you guys should definitely check out if you have the time. If you're looking for something, who the fuck said La Brie? La Brie. Seriously, Jankman? That's a fucking horrible show. I couldn't even get past the first episode. Actually, I'm a liar. Second episode. Second episode was horrendous. Horrendous. Juan, if you want to hang out in the woods with me, I guarantee you I'd outlast you. And I'd outlast you with just a knife. That's how good I am. Well, that's how decent I am. I don't think I'm good, but I think I can hold my own. But if you want to hang out with me in the woods, let's go. I'll take that challenge. I'll take that challenge and make you cry. Anyway, with that, I'm filming my movie now. But yeah, listen, I know enough not to die. Let's put it like that. I wish I was good. I wish I was a good enough survivalist where I could look at plants and be like, eat that. You know, I'm not that good. But as far as like getting out of a shitty situation and not dying, I'm pretty good with that. Angry or Naked and Afraid ain't watching. Stick to watching movies. That was Juan Santos' greatest comeback. Stick to watching movies. I hate you, you big fat ugly black guy. Sometimes I make myself crack up, guys. Sometimes. Anyway, with that, so let's move on to the next subject at hand. So Black Swan event, guys. Right? Obviously, we went over that, and a Black Swan event. The Black Swan event that I'm waiting for, I think we're all waiting for, is for California to break off and fall into the ocean. That's a Black Swan event, if I ever seen one. And everybody keeps saying it's going to be a big one, man. It's going to be the one that's going to like fuck shit up. And I'm like, you know, I listen. If that one does happen, the rest of the world's going to feel it. You know, whether it's a small tremor or a big boom, the rest of the world will feel it, depending on how far away you are from California. Hell, there might even be tsunamis on the Japanese coast, the islands out there, the what you call it islands. They'll probably even see tsunamis if it's that big. But that would be a Black Swan event. Of course, a media large enough to fuck shit up, that'd be a Black Swan event. But now, false flags, guys. Now, the definition of a false flag is a hostile or harmful action, such as an attack, that is designed to look like it was perpetrated by someone other than the person or the group responsible for it. We all know and we've all seen false flag attacks, right? Major Ron, Yellowstone's another Black Swan event. But yeah, false flag, guys. We've all seen it, right? A deliberate misrepresentation of motives and or identity. Now, are we going to see more of those? Absolutely. As long as we have governments in play, whether it's the United States, Russia, China, Japan, Brazil, whatever government it is, guys, every government will stage a false flag, right? A lot of governments will stage false flags to get their way. Again, we've all seen it. Caribou, right? Now here's the deal. I with the 2001 event. I hope some of you catch on. With the 2001 event, I ride the middle. not the middle. I'm leaning more towards it was a false flag just because of what I saw there, right? And what I saw personally. And some of the shit that I saw just didn't add up, like at all. And when I saw these certain things happen, I was just like, what the fuck? And then when I saw the TV documentary they had of the two twins from France who were filming this firefighter from an engine company. Was he an engine? Yes, from an engine company, or maybe he was in a truck. I can't remember, but it was a fireman that was on this documentary where they were following him around. They were supposed to be following the day in the life of a Proby firefighter, and it wound up being this this event that unfolded in front of them when they saw the fucking plane going in the building. Now they had an actual good shot of the plane going in, and I know some people they sit there and they say planes didn't go in the building. I'm like, listen, I watched fucking two planes go in. There was no doubt about it. Some people are like, oh, it was that blue, what you call it? No, it wasn't. It was two planes. Now, whether or not they had people on them or they were military jets, that's also debatable as well. But nonetheless, guys, we've seen other false flag events happen, right? So again, we've also watched false flag events occur in other countries due to other countries. Again, whether that's the United States or Russia, we've seen these things happen multiple times. So, can there be a false flag event that is so big that it changes the world? Well, we did see one in 2001, so September, right? Will we see another one? That's my fucking question. I'm like waiting to see, if there is another one, how big is it going to be? Now, some of us, some of you gun nuts, including myself, we think that a lot of the events that are taking place in regards to mass shootings, I think a lot of those were staged as well. Not all of them. I think a lot of them were. With that being said, guys, there's not much we can do about it with false flags. That is, right? There's nothing we could do about Black Swan events. There ain't shit we can do about it. When a Black Swan event happens, guys, and all we can do is just fucking take it and be ready for it and pivot when it happens. False flag event, and that's another one. There ain't shit we can do about it. Now, unless, we're Jack Reacher or fucking, what's his name, from the Jack Ryan. Unless we're one of these dudes, not Jack Reacher, but Jack Ryan, there's nothing we can do about these false flag events. Now, interestingly enough, the third season of Jack Ryan on Amazon TV, they did something where the Russians were going to stage a false flag event, and or it was entities or bad guys in the Russian government, that were going to stage a false flag event, which I thought was pretty cool. But a false flag event, the next one that we would see that would change the world, guys, would be a nuclear detonation. Now, whether that's here, if it happens here, I'm going to fuck you. I'll be the first one. If my skin didn't melt to my computer screen, I'll be the first one to say, yep, this is a false flag event, if it happens here. If it happens anywhere else, it could also be a false flag from the Russians or the Chinese. Hell, at this point, maybe even the Iranians, right? But nonetheless, we're probably going to see a big to-do. Look. Look what caused World War I. You're right about that, Caribou. It could be anything. That's the other problem, guys. We don't know what the fuck it is. And we're not going to... And here's the other thing about false flags. We got to be careful about entering that dangerous realm of everything being a false flag event, right? So we can't look at everything and go, oh my God, that's a false flag event. Holy shit, that's false. Oh, Biden fell down the stairs, false flag. We can't everything can't be a conspiracy theory. It really can't. Big events like 9/11, I can see where the conspiracy theories come from. I see that. But with everything else, it can't be a false flag, right? I mean, a meteor comes out of the sky, that's a Black Swan event. You can't go, the NASA knew about it and they let it happen. They probably did. Listen, if there's a meteor the size of fucking anybody's state, we're fucking toast. You think NASA's going to warn us? Probably not. But I'm going to tell you this. If there is one that's going to hit it, you will know and see NASA employees on TikTok doing a fucking TikTok dance as they're telling you there's a confirmed asteroid headed towards this planet and it's going to smack us dead center. If you see a fucking NASA employee doing a TikTok dance and telling us this, yeah, then the world's over. Because that guy lost his job and he doesn't give a fuck at that point. Now, the reason why they wouldn't tell us is because they don't want chaos to ensue. Fuck it, dude. If the world is going to turn into dinosaurs, all bets are off, man. Let it fall into chaos. There ain't shit you can do about it. Like, imagine trying to keep everybody calm before the end. That's some insane shit. There was an Australian movie where the media hit. I think it hit the United States first, and the planet was being engulfed in the heat, in the flash. After the planet hits, the heat started coming, and it took either 8 or 12 hours for what you call it to hit Australia, which was like the last place to get hit. And it was a really cool movie because people were like flipping out, committing suicide. I mean, it was a really good like end of the world movie, man. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it was done a few years back. And maybe if I type it in, These Final Hours. Thank you, Bernard. Yeah, there you go. These Final Hours. That's a good movie to watch if you want to like be depressed. Scrapper, thank you. These Final Hours. See, there's a lot of movie people in here. I appreciate it. Not Greenland. Greenland was good too, but Greenland. These Final Hours was better than Greenland. Greenland was Hollywood, but These Final Hours, man, they hit it on the head with a lot of shit that went on. And people like just killing themselves before it got there. And the last scene in the movie, you guys will appreciate the last scene. That was a good movie. 2012, Linda. 2012 wasn't a bad movie either, as far as in the world, but it was also Hollywood. You know, I mean, listen, there's a theory that the world axis can shift in 24 hours. There is that theory. Or 6 days. Or it happens in 24 hours. It takes the world 6 days to rest. Sorry. Or to catch up with itself. But yeah, you know, nonetheless, guys, those are Black Swan events, and those are Black Swan events you hope never happen. At least not in my lifetime. If it happens with my great-grandkids, oh well, they got to fend for themselves. But not as long as I'm around, I don't want one of those things to happen. A false flag, guys, like I said, the next big false flag we're going to see is probably going to be a nuclear event. I just don't know where. I wish I could tell you. I wish I had a crystal ball like certain YouTubers and can tell you when this shit was going to happen. Slim Shady, 76, if you ever say Moonfall was good ever again, I will disown you. Disown you. That was a horrible fucking movie. Horrible. Oh my God, another one admitted to it. Comet Moon. Guys, you guys are drunk? Or you're having a breakdown? Because Moonfall sucked. It was the fucking worst movie ever. I've never seen such a bad fucking movie like Moonfall. Seriously, you guys are... Holy shit. You guys must be drunk. You must be drunk. You must have eaten too much Spam and drank too much whiskey because that was a horrible fucking movie. Okay, another one. Angryprepper. Moonfall was better than Greenland. The fuck it was. Greenland was an Oscar-worthy movie compared to Moonfall. Moonfall was on par with Ratpocalypse. That's how bad Moonfall was. I watched Moonfall and I felt like I was molested, dude. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Who groped me and didn't fucking say thank you? Like, it was a bad movie, man. Holy shit. Caesar TJ, I didn't see Threads. I have to find a good copy of it, I guess. The Crazies, German Ninja. I'm doing a prepper movie critique on The Crazies in regards to what's happening in Ohio, right? Same kind of deal. Sharknado. Yes, Sharknado. Award-winning movie. Ratpocalypse. Don't get me fucking started in a movie. Don't. I'm just going to piss me off. But anyway. Now, let me talk about something. We got a couple minutes left, right? We have about 12 minutes left or so. Sabotage. I think, in my personal opinion, guys, we are seeing sabotage here in the United States. And not what a lot of you guys are thinking. I know some of you guys are going to be like, yes, we're seeing sabotage. It's the U.S. No. I think the sabotage we're seeing is from the Russians. And we're seeing it from Russian cells. Now, why I say this, listen closely and follow along if you can. And if you disagree with me, you disagree with me. Again, this is my opinion, and my opinions are not always right. But there's a writer. He's a journalist. He was also ex-Special Forces. His name is Jack Murphy. And yes, that's a real fucking name, Jack Murphy. Sounds like a fucking liquor or something, but this is the guy's name. He had confirmed, as he was reporting, on Russia being sabotaged. Russia was being sabotaged as soon as they went into the Ukraine. And when they went to the Ukraine, supposedly there were sleeper cells from the United States or wherever they were from, they were activated. And Russia, last year, this time, guys, had suffered the same exact shit. Hudson Valley said he talked about this on his live stream earlier today. Hudson Valley, I didn't even know you had a live stream. I didn't even get a notice, man. Anyway, and with that, guys, United States, a year later, is experiencing the same kind of sabotage. In Russia, they were being sabotaged. Their trains were being derailed. Factories were being set on fire. And Russia was sweeping it under the rug. A year later, we were experiencing the same kind of thing. Now, is that me siding with Russia or the U.S.? No, I'm just pointing out what this could be. Because we are seeing these things in droves now, though, like people pointed out, like a lot of us have known, there are many derailments and many trucks that flip over. I don't know how many trucks flip over a day, right? But let's just say 50 to 100 a day. That's nothing normal. I mean, that's nothing, it's common is what I meant to say. Sorry. It's common. Trains derailing. That's also common. It's about 100 or 200 trains derail a day. Now, either minor derails or major derails, I don't know the difference, but I know that trains do derail. So it's a common thing. And yes, there is something called hyperfocus. The media hyperfocus on these situations. They gain tunnel vision, and they just focus on it, and they bring us along for the ride. And we go, look what's happening. So yes, there is that. Factory fires are also common as well. I just don't know any that are this grand and this common. But nonetheless, there is that as well. So we're watching sabotage. We could be possibly witnessing actual sabotage or hyper-focusing from the media. So it's two things to think about. I'm not saying that it's either or. I'm just saying those are the two things that we should consider. All right, guys, for those of you that are in the chat, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever floats your fucking boat. If you are hating me tonight, hit the thumbs down. If you're liking me tonight, hit the thumbs up. I'm trying to not piss too many people off. I'm pretty sure Swan and his fucking club already gave me the thumbs down. Whatever makes you happy, guys. I don't care. I can care less. It just keeps the algorithm going. If you hate or like the channel, it is what it is. So, guys, with that, it's just an idea. That's all it is. I'm not saying that this is going on. I'm saying that this is a possibility. These are possibilities. That's it. So, the other possibility is we need to stop sending money to fucking Ukraine. Now, all of this money we sent to the Ukraine, guys, we could... Kristen, thank you for that update. She said it was 3 trains derailed today, right? So, it's a common thing. Yo, Champs, sorry for jumping off subject. Champs, thank you for bringing that up. I Am Legend 2 was officially announced that they're going to do it with Michael B. Jordan and Will Smith. So I'm like, that is like my fuck. I was waiting for part 2. That sequel and The Edge of Tomorrow are the 2 sequels I will die happy if they make. If I was to die after those 2 were made, I'd be fucking happy. I'd be complete. But anyway, that's not the point. Let's get back on topic. Here's the other theory too, guys. The other theory is supply chain issues. Supply chain issues, guys, have been a problem for the last 2 years now, right? For the last 2 years, we've seen supply chain issues. And with these supply chain issues, guys, we could be getting subpar parts or parts that don't work as well put on these trains, and that's why they're breaking down. Now, this idea came from a buddy of mine who I had the pleasure in meeting at Prepper Nurses One gathering. So the idea came from him, but it made sense. I was like, this makes fucking sense. Some of you, a lot of you guys, you have some good fucking points. So he came up with this point, and I was like, that's not bad. We could be getting subpar parts. We could be getting fucking shitty parts from like fucking Tijuana or whatever, and they're breaking down. Now the train in Ohio had sparks flying from it right before it derailed. Which I don't understand how the locomotive or whoever was driving the train, driving the train, didn't feel that pull on it because it looked like it was grinding the shit out of its brakes. But whatever. But yeah, so there is a video that's going around that you can see the train grinding something. I don't know if it was its brakes, but it was definitely looked like it was pulling, and it was creating a lot of sparks. Canadian Prepper just released a video now. Okay, good for him. You know what? Champs Zion, V Zion. I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not his son either. Though it could be his son, but I hope it's not. I hope they don't go down that road. They have to re-release the movie now and show the alternate ending. That's what they got to do. Yeah, All American Prepper. Like I said, it's just an idea. I'm not. Listen, I wish I could again have a crystal ball and be like, yo, this is what it is. But I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I don't know what it is. You know, there's so many possibilities of what this could be. You know, again, I'm trying to explore them all. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys what it is. I don't fucking know. Even the people in the know don't really know. So, example, Jack Murphy, the guy who was the Special Forces writer, who I'm not a big fan of Jack Murphy because I felt like he was just like ratting on the United States. He was like, well, the United States did this and the United States did that. But the one thing he did sort of confirm was that the Nord Stream pipeline wasn't done by the United States. He thinks it was done by the Russians as a ploy. But I found that to be very interesting. Now, Jack Murphy, when you guys look him up, he's not a well-liked guy. The Special Forces community hate him. He sits there and says, well, of course they hate me because I'm bringing the truth out. No, you're not bringing the truth out. You're ratting people out. There's a difference. Bringing truth to light, guys, is when you bring this truth out and something changes behind it. When you say something that's truthful, something has to change. Or if not, you're screaming into the wind. And this guy, he just, I don't know, rubs me the wrong way about how he talks about a lot of missions. Though there was a mission he talked about that the CIA had, that I didn't know the CIA had a maritime division, and they were doing a mission out in the Pacific Ocean, and they got lost at sea because of a hurricane. So that was a pretty cool story, but yeah, I don't know. I'm impartial about it because I love that CIA clandestine shit. I love that, but then I don't know. Russians didn't do it. Papa Bone says Russians didn't do it. Again, this is from him. This is the guy that was in the know. So I'm gonna go with. And listen, when the Nord Stream pipeline happened, I automatically thought to myself, "Fucking Russians." They're doing this to blame the United States when it was their doing. Though there were American subs in the vicinity, there were also Russian subs in the vicinity as well. And where it happened was a heavily controlled Russian area in the water, I mean. So with that, guys, again, if you look at where the Nord Stream pipeline exploded, I can't see the Americans doing it, or at the very least, the Americans getting in there to do it without being spotted by fucking the Russians. Dr. Populus, I can see the Russians doing it. Listen, Putin's ready to sacrifice his people's lives. He said it himself. So if he's willing to sacrifice his people's lives, what is stopping him from doing that? Nothing. The guy has zero fucking, all right, again, my opinion. I mean, listen, you guys could be right. Russians might not have done it. But I'm going to go on a guy who's fucking in the know. Again, don't appreciate him ratting everything out, but the fact that he said, he said what he said was, He didn't think they did it. He think the Russians did because he asked around. That's what he said. And he asked around the people he knows in the Special Forces community, and none of them said it was their work. They're already, listen, these guys are already telling him way too fucking much. But when that happened, that was one of the first things he asked. And he said, it's not our work. So, again, going with him. But, like you said, it could be the Rush. I mean, it could be us. But the fact that it was in controlled Russian waters, I doubt it very much. But anyway. And listen, that's the other thing, oops. He goes, he knows BS. Listen, that's a hard pill to swallow. When people are so finite in their thinking and they're like, no, it's this way, and then you're shown another way, you're going to resist. Everybody does it. And the older we get, guys, the more we resist certain things. It's just what it is. We fucking sit here and we just want to resist until we're blue in the face. You know? Because we don't want to open our eyes. It happens to all of us. I'm trying not to be that way, especially that I'm getting older. I don't want to be the old grumpy guy that's like set in his ways. Too fucking late on a lot of things, but other things I don't want to be setting my ways on. I want to be able to not be fucking, like you show me facts and I go, that's impossible. I don't want to be that guy. But anyway, guys, with that, we are going to go off the air for a little bit, and then we're going to transfer over to the Angry Truth channel. Tonight's Angry Truth, guys, we're going to be talking about what society wants. I don't fucking know what they want, so we're just going to shoot this shit. But Thursday night, guys, if you guys are interested, we're going to talk about the Ohio River problem and the Ohio River Basin's intricacies and where it leads and how many people are going to get fucked with this bad water. That's going to be Thursday night at 9 o'clock. I don't know what I'm doing yet for the Angry Truth channel on Thursday, but I'll think of something. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the donations. Thank you. And I will see all of you guys. I will see some of you guys 5 minutes from now, and I'll see the other half of you guys Thursday night. Thank you. Also, tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, I have a Wednesday midweek report. I am doing that again. I have been busy, but I'm getting back to it. So for those of you that are interested, around 10 o'clock or noonish, I'll have the Wednesday midweek report. All right, guys? Thank you.